Luxury isn't just about expensive things, it's about human psychology. No matter how technology evolves or societies change, people will always seek status, identity, and belonging through symbols of success. Luxury exists because humans naturally create hierarchies, and we use visible signals to express where we stand in them. In this video, we break down why luxury will never disappear and how it is deeply connected to human behavior, identity, and social structure. Why luxury will always exist is a question that goes beyond economics and enters the domain of psychology, sociology, and evolutionary behavior. Luxury is not simply a market category. It is a structural feature of human societies that emerges wherever resources, status, and identity exist. Even if material conditions improve globally, luxury does not disappear, it adapts. The reason is rooted in a fundamental human need for hierarchy and identity formation. At the most basic level, humans are hierarchical beings. In every known society, from ancient civilizations to modern digital cultures, people organize themselves into relative positions of status. These hierarchies are not only economic, but also social, cultural, intellectual, and symbolic. Luxury functions as a visible marker within these hierarchies, allowing individuals to signal position, taste, and access. Even when basic needs are met universally, relative comparison remains active, and luxury becomes the language of differentiation. A key driver is identity construction. Humans do not only consume goods for utility, they use consumption to define who they are and where they belong. Luxury items, experiences, and lifestyles act as identity signals that communicate values, aspirations, and group affiliation. In modern society, this is amplified by visibility platforms where identity is constantly displayed, compared, and evaluated. Luxury becomes a tool for self-definition in a world where identity is increasingly externalized. Psychologically, luxury is tied to the concept of status signaling. Status is a non-material resource that influences social access, trust, and influence. Throughout evolutionary history, higher status increased survival and reproductive advantages. Modern luxury is an abstract continuation of this same mechanism. Whether it is a rare watch, exclusive membership, or private experience, luxury signals that an individual has access to scarce resources, reinforcing perceived status within a group. Another structural reason luxury persists is scarcity design. Even in highly developed economies, true scarcity is not eliminated, it is redefined. When material goods become widely accessible, luxury shifts toward exclusivity, craftsmanship, personalization, and experience. Brands and systems intentionally create limited access, not because production is impossible, but because exclusivity itself generates value. Scarcity, whether natural or engineered, is essential to the existence of luxury. Economic systems also reinforce the permanence of luxury through inequality and differentiation. Capital distribution is never perfectly equal, and even in highly progressive societies, differences in income, assets, and opportunities persist. These differences naturally translate into differentiated consumption patterns. As long as economic gradients exist, luxury markets will exist to absorb and express those gradients. Culturally, luxury serves as a form of symbolic language. It communicates success, heritage, refinement, and belonging to specific social groups. In many elite environments, luxury is not about loud display, but about subtle recognition among those who understand its meaning. This creates a layered system where luxury operates both as visible signal and coded identity marker. Cultural capital becomes as important as financial capital in defining what luxury represents. Technological progress does not eliminate luxury, it transforms it. As automation and AI increase access to basic goods and services, luxury shifts toward experiences, time freedom, personalization, and exclusivity of attention. In a world where information and goods are abundant, what becomes scarce is human attention, privacy, and authentic experience. Luxury adapts to these new scarcities, ensuring its continued relevance in modern and future economies. Another important dimension is emotional aspiration. Luxury represents more than possession. It represents a narrative of progress, achievement, and transformation. People are drawn to luxury not only for what it provides materially, but for what it symbolizes about their journey and potential. This aspirational function ensures that luxury remains embedded in human motivation systems, regardless of income level. Luxury also persists because it supports ecosystem stability in global economies. High-end markets fund innovation, craftsmanship, design evolution, and cultural industries. Many technologies and materials developed for luxury eventually diffuse into mass markets. In this sense, luxury acts as an innovation driver, creating a feedback loop where exclusivity at the top gradually improves accessibility at lower levels. Social psychology further reinforces luxury through comparison dynamics. Human satisfaction is often relative, rather than absolute. Even when overall living standards rise, individuals continue to evaluate their position relative to others. This comparison creates continuous demand for distinction. Luxury provides a structured mechanism for expressing and maintaining that distinction in socially recognized forms. Importantly, luxury is not static. It continuously evolves with society. In earlier eras, luxury was defined by land, gold, and physical possessions. In industrial societies, it became machinery, fashion, and branded goods. In modern digital society, luxury increasingly includes time autonomy, privacy, exclusive access, wellness optimization, and curated experiences. This evolution ensures that luxury remains relevant regardless of material abundance. Ultimately, luxury will always exist because it is not just about wealth, it is about structure. It organizes human differences, expresses identity, reinforces hierarchy, and satisfies psychological needs for recognition and belonging. Even in hypothetical scenarios of extreme abundance, new forms of scarcity and distinction would emerge, preserving the function of luxury in human life. As long as humans compare, aspire, and identify socially, luxury will remain an essential and evolving part of civilization. Luxury will always exist because it is deeply rooted in human psychology, particularly the need for hierarchy, identity, and differentiation. Across all societies and historical periods, humans have created systems that separate status levels, and luxury has consistently served as a visible marker of that structure. Hierarchy also plays a key role. Humans naturally compare themselves to others, and luxury becomes a way to define distance, aspiration, and achievement within social systems. Even in more equal societies, subtle forms of status differentiation continue to emerge, ensuring that luxury remains relevant as a marker of distinction. Additionally, luxury evolves with culture and technology rather than disappearing. What is considered luxury today may become common tomorrow, but new forms of exclusivity always emerge to replace it. This cycle ensures that the concept of luxury remains dynamic and persistent. Ultimately, luxury endures because it is not just an economic phenomenon, but a social and psychological one. As long as humans seek identity and hierarchy, luxury will continue to exist in some form, adapting to every new era while maintaining its core function. As long as humans care about status, identity, and social positioning, Luxury will continue to exist in every era. It may change form, but the psychology behind it remains the same. If you found this insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into wealth, society, and human behavior in 2026.